Welcome back everybody, this is My Journey 4K. We are back in IMSA in the Dallara P217. Let's get into it. We're starting this race in P2 today in our class. Strength of the field today is a 21.27. We're coming into this race with a 13.56 rating. Looks like we got a good start off. Right off the bat. Up to first in our class. Started in second in our class. First place is now right on our tail though. Less than a second behind. They're gonna pull out like they're gonna make a dive there. Slowed them up a little bit on that exit. We're still in first. This is a 35-minute race, A license requirement for entry. This is multi-class racing. There's 3 classes in this race. The hypercar class, GTP, and the IMSA LMP2 with the Dallara P217. It's the only car in the class. It's the class we're in. And then there is the GT3 class. We'll be seeing them later on in the race. Finishing lap 1, we've got second place making the move on the inside. They're going to take first back. We led the first lap. And second place took first back from us right after lap 1. We are in Sebring. It is sundown. Sebring's in Florida. Still says first, we lost the line last lap. We're going to close that gap back down to first place in our class. The gap is less than a second. It's probably about a second to third place behind us. We've got a decent run, but we're still not quite up there with the leader. We want to prove that that start wasn't just a fluke. This is a 35-minute race. We're going to need to stop once for fuel, at least. Looks like we've actually gained quite a bit of time on the third place car behind us. They're trying to defend against the car behind them. So we're probably not even really going to see them a whole lot in our rear view. The focus completely on first place at the moment. The gap to first place in our class is still less than a second. We're right there with them. They didn't really gain much time the last lap. We're not completely right on their tail at the moment, but we're still quite close. Losing sight of the cars behind us right now. Still just a few tenths of the car in front of us. First place in our class. Trying to run them down. Not even half a second, I think, right now. Just looking to keep it smooth and close that gap. Maybe look for an opportunity. They're not driving away from us, that's for sure. Ooh, we went a little wide out of that corner there. Still less than half a second gap to the car in front now. First place in our class. We are second currently. We started the race in second. We might have actually closed the gap up a little bit more. Not sure if it's just early on in the lap that we're faster. Still second in our class. A few tenths behind first still. We're several laps in now. We did lead the first lap. You can see third place back in the distance there. You saw him between the trees behind the walls. Several corners back now. We've got several seconds on third place at the moment. Just a few tenths to first. Green, yellow, and red car in front of us. They're not escaping us yet. We're keeping that gap pretty low, still within half a second. You can see how bouncy Sebring can be. It might be even closer this time around. Closing in on first place. Pretty clean so far. About 10 minutes into the race, about 25 minutes remain. Pit window should open at the end of this lap. Then it should be open for a bit. I don't know if we'll need to pit this early or not. Depends if first place is starting to hold us up from getting by them. Looks like maybe first place got a little squirrely in front of us. The gap is still quite low. We're closing in on him, it looks like. Probably making first place nervous. I think we're closer than we were last lap. Well, we're going a little bit wide on that exit. We might have lost a little bit of time there. Still within a second of first place in our class. Looks like a hypercar just coming out of the pits. Well, I think since seeing the hypercar coming out of the pits, that means pit window is open. We do not need to pit yet. They have not really driven too far away from us. First place is definitely not driving away from us. Still second in our class, trying to chase first down. They're not too far ahead. Looks like they might have gone in the dirt just a little bit there. Less than half a second behind first place still after several laps. Oh, looks like they may have gone wide. This could give us an opportunity to close in on them. Not quite wide enough to give us that opportunity there. But we've closed the gap up a little bit thanks to that. We're right up there, even closer than before. Just a few tenths behind first place in our class. We're racing a pretty clean race so far. You can see a hypercar still not too far in front of us. They haven't gained a lot of time on us. We're still a few tenths behind first in our class. We're sitting in second. Started the race in second. A busted up GT3 Ferrari just in front. Leaders flashing their lights trying to go to the inside now. GT3 is gonna be in our way. It's gonna slow us down there. Us having to hang on to the inside a bit tighter than normal. We lost a little time to first place for the first time in a while. Still within a second to first place in front of us. I can see another GT3 not too far ahead. Surprising to see some GT3 traffic this early. Well, first place is going to hope that some of this GT3 traffic slows us down and allows that gap to open up, but it's still within a second. Oh, we're going a bit heavy on the curbs there, slowing us down. Starting to catch up to first in the GT3 traffic, just ahead. BMWs to pass before we start to catch up back to first place in our class. Starting to lose a little bit of time to them now. GT3 is going to stay to the inside for us here. That'll allow us a full exit there. We're closing in on first again. This is a GT3 Audi just in front of us. Flashing our lights, we should be able to get by around this corner unimpeded. Back within under a second to first place in our class. Passing some more GT3 traffic. Looks like we have a Porsche ahead. Gonna slow down the leader maybe a little bit here. Looks like they're gonna get a slower exit. We're gonna have a little bit of an opportunity soon. Oh, we're going a little wide out in the dirt. Coming out to this really long straight, catching a Ferrari. We're going to go around them quickly. Still within a second to first place in our class. We're going to be a little bit on the inside of the entrance to that. Just a little bit off the racing line. Closing the gap to first now. Running into a lot of traffic. Probably just about a half a second to first place in our class. Catching another GT3 car. Looks like a Lamborghini ahead. We'll see who this slows up the most. If we can't close the gap a little more to first in our class. Well, it slowed us down a little bit, but we're still within a second to first place right now. Flashing our lights, trying to get around this Ferrari GT3 before the braking zone there. We barely made it. Closed the gap in on first in our class. We're now on the inside. Nose to tail with first place now. Catching another GT3 car. We're poking our nose on the inside, looking to make that move, going a little bit wide into the gravel. Catching a Ferrari GT3. Flashing our lights, also trying to worry and get first place to slip up. We are nose to tail with first in our class now. We've been with them quite a bit. They are not that much faster than us. They're having to go a little bit defensive in there. It's allowing us to close the gap even more. Looks like they're sort of setting us up to make the move and make this pass. Not a lot of time before the pit window starts to close now. Second in our class. First place is starting to hold us up maybe. We are nose to tail with first place in our class. We're going to get down further there. We're probably going to have a better exit here. Pit window is going to close soon. We're going to have to pit this lap or next, I think. The leader's going to pit now. We're staying out. We think we have one more to go. Not a lot of traffic in front of us right now either. We get to put in a pretty decent lap before we come into the pits. Currently first in our class. We'll have to watch out. The car is lighter right now because we're almost out of fuel. We're going to need to make our pit stop. We can see maybe a little bit of a bad exit there on that corner. Just barely reaching the grass, using all of the track. Pretty clear track in front of us still. Gonna have a good exit out on this corner just before this major straight. Not the best exit though, maybe. Just over 24 minutes in the race. We're gonna need to make our pit stop soon. It's probably coming in this lap now. I'll just hang the inside. Coming into the pits. There we go. We should be coming in for a fuel only stop here. We don't need tires. We'll be watching for the other car in our class. Taking on fuel now. Don't see anything about tires. Some other cars sitting in the pits at the moment. They're going to be released now. Some GT3s pulling in behind us. Coming out full speed now. Just a little over 25 minutes in the race. We can see second place not too far behind us. We did maintain first through that. They had some traffic to deal with. We're catching some GT3 cars. Oh, second place, lost control. We're going to solidly have first now if we make no mistakes. A Mercedes-Benz just in front of us. Going to be going side by side for a little bit with the GT3 car. Losing sight of second place behind us now. Currently first in our class. Started the race in second. We lead our class now. Catching a BMW GT3. We're going to get around the outside now. Well, we were starting to catch another GT3 car, but they pulled into the pits. Now it's looking pretty clear in front of us. I don't see second place behind anymore after they lost control. They lost too much time. We've lost sight of them already. Several seconds ahead now in first in our class. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Leading our class. Every lap here is a lap led for our class. No sight of second place at all. Still running a pretty clean race. Don't see many cars in front or behind. The hypercars will probably start to catch us just before the end of the race though. We can just barely see second place coming into that corner there. We're almost out of that really long straight. I want to say it's the main straight, but it quite isn't. This one is the main straight because there's a start-finish line. Still first in our class, several seconds ahead now. We have a pretty comfortable lead. Don't see too many cars in front of us. Don't really see too many cars behind us either. Going a little wide into the grass there. Running a mostly clean race though so far. Pretty clear track in front and behind. Second place is several seconds back now. They lost control and we've taken control ever since. We did come out ahead on our pit stop, so they would have had to fight to get this position back. Not sure if they were really faster than us or not. Just over 30 minutes into the race, about 5 minutes remain. How many laps we do will depend on where the leader is when time expires. We are the leader of our class. The leader I'm talking about is the hypercar class leader. We haven't seen them yet, but they will most likely be passing us at some point in the next couple minutes. Just completely losing sight of second place behind us. I don't see them at all anymore. There we go. Now we see them. Well, second place is still back there. We don't want to make a mistake. We're running pretty decent clean laps at the moment. Hoping we can stay ahead of this car. It may even take all the way to the last lap for the hypercars to catch and pass us now. We have such a clean track now. We're similarly paced to the hypercars with the LMP2. There we can see the hypercars starting to catch behind now. Still a pretty clear track in front and behind. It's going to be a bit before those hypercars catch us. Still first in our class. Started the race in second. Pretty much never looked back once first made that mistake. They are still in second behind us back there. Not too far back, but they're still a few seconds behind us. Whoa, a really slow LMP2 car on the inside. Looks like one of the lapped cars. We're now lapping some of our own class. The all-green LMP2 behind us. We're first in our class still. About a minute and a half remain in the race. Getting an okay exit there. No flags waving there. You can see the hypercar leader not too far behind us. We might have 2 laps to go. Time will expire in the middle of this lap, but if the hypercar doesn't catch and pass us, then we'll have to go around once more. Not sure that's gonna happen though. This Cadillac is starting to bear down on us. We can see him getting closer and closer. The red and green Caddy just behind us. They are not in our class. It isn't somebody we're gonna block. We may actually be considering letting them by when they get a little closer, just to make sure we don't have to go that extra lap. Time should be expiring now. When they cross the line this time around, it should be the end. But if we're in front, we'll have to go one more lap. Starting to catch a GT3 car. This is going to slow us down a little bit. A BMW. Coming into the last long straight here. Cadillac is going to just get by. You can see they're first overall. We're first in our class. Going to finish not too far behind the Cadillac now. This will be the last lap. Time has expired. We have won our race. First in our class. Cadillac's going to hit some cones. Alright, everybody, we're going to take this victory lap, I think. We started the race second in our class. We finished first. We came into this race with a 1356 rating. We gained 95 points here. We came out with a 1451. We're going to enjoy this victory lap. Flashing our lights, taking it easy. Enjoying it so much. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Check the description for merch. Got a new merch shop up. We're going to take our victory lap. This is the first victory we've had in the LMP2 car in quite a while. And one of our first victories in IMSA. We've gained a lot of points with this one. This is pretty great. We shot up pretty far. Up to the 1450s now. It's a 1.4K. We'd really struggled to get back to this point. Had a few issues and started to drive different tracks, different cars. A little bit of a learning curve. We're going to finish this race 8th overall. Only 7 hypercars finished in front of us. There were a few more, but I didn't really count them. Alright, coming into the pits at the end of our victory lap, flashing the lights. Gonna make sure not to get a black flag or any penalties. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.